No.
Hey sisters, it's Stankity Pankity, and today we're gonna talk about James Charles because he's like really like popular right now, but like not, but like I'm not really sure about it yet. Yeah,
Just can't.
James Charles is innocent.
I'm just kidding. He made an Instagram post about Sugar Bear vitamins. He promoted them, which was a direct competitor to Tati, who I guess was like his mentor. Another beauty vlogger, which to preface this, I don't really care that much. I don't really watch beauty YouTubers at all. I was never subscribed to either of these two people. But from what I've seen, it's a little troubling in the way that James Charles has been just really demonized all of a sudden. So I watched Tati's video where she explained her view on James now. So at first I thought that maybe people were just being really harsh against James, but then I watched her video and it kind of opened me up to maybe James is just that bad of a guy. So I'm gonna kind of go from it and take both of them at their word and like make two different viewpoints on the subject. Also, I am not a drama channel. That's not what I want this channel to be. This is just something that I kind of am interested right now, and I thought I'd make a video about it. The first viewpoint that I'm going to talk about is taking Tati at her word whenever she says that he has been trying to make guys have sex with him that are not gay, and maybe they're bi-curious, but he kind of forced them into it, and he said that even if somebody is straight, that because he's famous, they'll have sex with him. Obviously, if that's true, then he deserves all the hate he's getting, because maybe not at the people shouldn't be so cruel to him, because yes, he's 19 and he would literally he turned 17 and was given $1 million. So people need to chill out on that, because if I'm 18, if I was given $1 million, I think I'd get a little bit bigger of a head too. So people just need to like chill out about that. But overall, I mean, of course he deserves to lose subscribers if that's true. Whenever it comes down to the Sugar Bear situation, I think he made an oversight, but according to Tati, he should have had security. A brand doesn't just give out resources to you because you need them and then be like, oh, here's a quick contract that we just wrote up right now. We've already had, written up. I do think there was something shady going on there, and he kind of tried to cover his ass by like saying that it was just kind of like whatever, and it just kind of happened in the moment. But at the same time, who really knows other than James Charles and Sugar Bear? So they might have just like written up a contract right there at Coachella, and that was the whole thing. Okay, if we're gonna take James at his word, which is he made an Instagram post after Tati came out with her Instagram story that pretty much said that he's a conniving bitch. And he said that it was all just kind of on the spot and he didn't mean any harm by it. Then I kind of don't understand the whole problem with the Sugar Bear incident. He said it was an oversight. He said he didn't mean to have anything happen to her or her brand. So I don't see why it's that big of a deal. Whenever it comes to the sexuality thing and him making straight men be bi-curious and making them feel like they're pressured into having sex with him. If we're going to take him at his word and think that he didn't do any of that, if we're going to take him at his word and say that he just read the situation wrong and he just thought that the guy, since he wasn't saying no, that he meant yes, then I don't have a big problem with that. I mean, he's 19, he's going to make mistakes. About the previous thing where he was 17 and he was trying to convince a 14-year-old to be, that's all hearsay. That's all, allegation. You can't say that somebody's guilty because somebody says they are. And also, there's a big wave of people saying that all gay men are predatory towards non-gay people or bisexual people. I think that's a little ridiculous too. Even if this is true, it's one gay guy that did one bad thing one time, or even if it is a few times that he did it and he's doing it a lot, that's one person that did it. So we can't just the exception isn't the rule. And I've said this about a lot of things in the past about politics too, is that just because something has happened doesn't mean that's the rule of that situation. Another big problem I have with this whole situation is that, so my sister uses TikTok a lot, and the only memes you see on there are of James Charles. And if you go on any news source right now, they're usually talking about the James Charles situation. If you go on T-Spill or anything, or any channels like that, they're talking about James Charles. What none of them are talking about are 2 mass shootings that happened in America. And nobody seems to care because James Charles made an Instagram post about Sugar Bear. So that's a big problem, I think, with America and Americans as even me, because I cared more about James Charles than the shooting. This is also a good example of cancel culture, where if somebody does one thing wrong, then they're automatically canceled. They need to lose 3 million subscribers in a couple of days, and they're just completely terrible people. I think if he would have lost 1 million subscribers, I would have thought it's probably just people that really thought that he did something bad. But I think the other 2.5 or probably 3 million by now, by the time this is being up, maybe even 4, because he's losing subscribers so quickly. The other 2.5 million people, or how many ever it is, are just jumping on a bandwagon, and that's what cancel culture really is. Where if some people say, "Hey, this person's bad," then everybody else jumps on it because they can't prove that he's not bad, and that's just, I think it's wrong. People need to do their own research and figure it out. That's what I've done, and that's why I've changed some of my views on James Charles. I do want to say that anybody that watches this video, I'd like them to be inspired to do their own research, and that's what I want to be done with this channel in general. Is that in any video that I ever make, I don't want you to take my word for it. I want you to go and take my view and take another extreme view and another extreme view and come to somewhere in the middle, because that's when we really learn and like don't just like cancel culture. That's how cancel culture really dies, is that we go and do the research ourselves and make our own opinions. All right, that's it for today's video. I would like you guys, nope. That's it for today's video. If you guys want to have any more video ideas, or if you want to leave your opinion down in the comments, go ahead. Like and subscribe. Go check out my other channel. I have a lot of videos on there of gaming. So if you're interested in gaming, which is that's probably where a lot of you guys come from, is the gaming channel. So if you haven't seen it, go over and check out all my my other videos on there. And see you next time.